Welcome to maths physics classes, and we're going to do a falling object. Say it falls from rest and known height, so we expect the height to be h, and then after 1 second it reached half the distance, and then what actually happened is that covered half the distance, so we take the other half to be h prime, and then h prime is 0.5 h, so that's also time prime. And then from there we use the equation which says v initial multiplied by time plus it's half g time squared, and then that will mean that our v initial is 0, so from rest. So that means that we have y is equals to half gt squared. So we know that our y is height, which is h, and then from there we simplify everything. Half is equal h is equals to half g t squared, so which means solving for t, it's going to be times 2 is 2 means 2h divided by g. So from 2h divided by g we have y prime as well, so which is h prime, which is applying the same formula on top. We have half gt squared, and then from there we have solving for t, which will be 2h prime divided by g. So finding the ratio, which t prime over t will be equivalent to root 2h prime over g over root 2h over g. So it's a root, so we can share the same root, so that's going to be root 2h prime divided by g over 2h divided by g. So the 2 and the g cancels out, and then what we have there, we have t equivalent, h prime equivalent to 0.5 of the actual height, so 0.5 of h, so 0.50 h. So we substitute there, so substituting we have t prime over t is going to be root 0.5 h over h, so the h cancels out, so we have 0.50, so the root of that. And then from there is t prime, how related it is to, but we know that t prime is equivalent to t minus 1.00 seconds. So we substitute that, we're going to say t prime, actually we're supposed to say t minus 1.0 t over t is equals to root 0.50, and then we cross multiply, giving us t minus 1.0 is equals to t root 0.50. So solving for t there, you find that we take the t root 0.50 to the left, making it negative, and then that is going to take the 1 second to the right, -1, so it's going to be +1. So factoring out t, we find that when we factor t, that's going to be 1 minus root 0.50 is equals to 1. So t is going to be 1 over root 0.50. So punching that in the calculator, you have 3.41, so that is seconds. So that is the time taken for it to travel that actual height. So with the time in hand, we now go to the height. Since we want to calculate height is half gt squared, so we come there, half is going to be height is going to be half g t squared. So we have our t as half, g is 9.8, and then our t is 3.41 seconds. That's squared. So what we do, we start with the complicated part, 3.41 squared, then multiply by 9.8, then divide by 2. So our answer becomes 56.2 0.98, which is equivalent to 57 meter, unit for height, USI unit. So that is our part B solution. Coming to part C, explain the physical and acceptable solution of the quadratic equation in T that you obtain. So T there, remember we use only the positive. So the other error that we might have is if we use the negative. So using negative there will mean that we're going to get the negative value. So getting a negative value time is never negative, so that way it will be wrong. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow or subscribe.